What's up, everybody? It's the Best Bot Kids Move, and I'm back with another video. Today, I am reviewing Liberated Enhanced Edition for the Xbox. It's also available for PlayStation, and the game originally released on PC back in 2020. I've never played the original version, so I really couldn't tell you what's enhanced about this version. The game, I'm pretty sure, runs like 4K 60 on all platforms, but I don't think it really matters because the graphics aren't all that impressive. Just to give you a quick summary of what the game is about, it takes place in a not too distant future. It's literally about a group of people, rising up against the government. And they're rising up against the government because the government is using technology and social media to monitor them and pretty much govern them, and they're going a little bit too far. They gain this power due to terrorist attacks that happened in the past. And they came up with the idea. It was like, hey, we can't let this happen again. We're gonna have to super monitor people. We need to know what people are doing, where they're going, how they shopping, what's their psyche, what would inspire them to do that. So they start coming up with different plans, different social media sites. They made it a requirement to post on social media, take selfies, check in. If you didn't, you got pretty much alerted. The authorities was alerted, and then you would have to kind of be interrogated by the police of why you didn't post and whatnot. So it's a crazy idea, but actually realistic. And it took a lot of inspirations from other movies. So nothing new about the story, nothing new, nothing unique. We've seen this in movies plenty of times before. I want to say there's some V for Vendetta inspiration there. There's what's that group that used to be on Twitter, and they always try to expose people. Anonymous inspiration in this game. So the story, the plot is it's really interesting. Good plot, you know what I mean? Because if it's been done before, and it's always good to see different takes on it, right? So good plot. Gameplay, it's cool. I'm fine with it. I like this 2.5D style gameplay. I like the visual, the art style, that black and white. They got a lot of light detail. I like the mechanic when they're shooting or you take an action and the comic book effect happens. It's heavily inspired by comic book. Even the cutscenes, which saves them a whole lot of rendering and on their budget. The cutscenes are the story is told in comic book pages, you know what I mean? Still images, comic text boxes pops up when each character is talking, but the voice acting is actually done. It's real voice acting. Now this is where things kind of fall apart for me. Story's great. It's inspired by comic book style inspiration, which is fine, but the voice acting is horrible. And I say this because I wouldn't have focused so much on the voice acting if that's the only thing you have to take, because you don't have cutscenes or live action, whatever cutscenes, and everything is you have to go through each cutscene page by page. The only what they incorporate in the cutscenes are the sounds of the background. So if there's birds chirping, if they're outside, you'll hear birds chirping. If they're in a car, you'll hear the car driving and horns honking and whatnot. Somebody being thrown in the water, you'll hear the sound. So they make this, they kind of bring the comics to life, but the voice acting is horrible. First, everybody who's doing the voice acting, it literally sounds like everyone is reading. It sounds like everyone is reading the part instead of acting it or kind of performing the dialogue. They're just reading it, and you can hear it, and it sounds very, very it sounds really kind of very novice. It's very novice. It's like rookie. It's like somebody's being handed the script for the first time and reading it, and you can hear the breakup of they're not acting, they're reading it, and that kind of breaks the immersion. It's kind of cringe, extremely cringe. So half the time I wanted to mute it or turn it down because it's the acting, the voice acting wasn't done right. the voices didn't match what you were seeing on the screen. He's just like, dude, this dude don't. So even though it's a drawing, it's like he shouldn't sound like that, right? And then the other thing I wasn't really feeling about it is like they had this one character that had an extreme like lisp, and I couldn't take his character serious because he was supposed to be this big, strong, brolic, like tough guy, but he sounded like very, you know, you guys have to like kind of just take a listen.
Except you didn't cover your tracks. Now the cops are gonna be so far up your ass, you'll start oinking. Lucky for you, rookie. Me and my associates are willing to take you under our wing.
Wait, don't tell me you're with that.
And just more examples of it sounding like it's being read versus being acted. Like, here's a perfect example here.
I fix computers. My clients pay cash. It's none of your goddamn business what I do with it.
Overall, I think the game is pretty decent. It does have replay value. The story's good. It's borderline good, but the voice acting kind of makes it mediocre because it doesn't come to life because of the presentation. I like the artwork. I like the gameplay. It's a quick, 4 or 5 hour game to run through. I recommend 2 playthroughs. You want to play multiple. You got to play at least 2 times to get all the issues. There should be only 4 issues to beat the game, but if you go back, make a few other decisions, it'll open up some more issues. That's like 2 additional bonus levels that you can do. So cool gameplay elements and whatnot. This is a game that you can easily get the plat or 100% completion on. The game is $17. I don't know if I recommend you buying it. You can live without the game, but I recommend you check it out if you're interested in these smaller style games. It does have, somebody will be interested in it. Like I said, it's been on PC for about 2 years. It finally came to console. I thought it was okay. It's $17. You feel 17? I think it's worth the $17. But if you find this game on sale at any point, pick it up. Do I recommend? Yeah, and if I had to put a score on it, I'd give it a 6.5. I give it a 6. A 6 out of 10. It's all right for what it is. I felt like there's could have been like easy things they could have improved upon, and voice acting is one of them. It's kind of what brings the game down for me. But the gameplay is cool. I think the visual is cool. The visual art is cool, but you can tell it hides the game's visuals, because graphically this game is not impressive at all. It's kind of lazy art design in terms of the part that you play is extremely lazy, but the art choice, the art direction makes up for the poor visuals. But 6 out of 10. Liberated Enhanced Edition is available on Xbox and PlayStation, and I believe the Enhanced Editions will be updated on PC. That's my review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.